You are absolutely not late to the party. This is the time we've been waiting for. We do have the market structure shift. We do have everything starting to move to our direction, and this is the time to start looking for longs. Now we can start looking for longs as we have the confirmation. This is gonna be a very short show, guys. It's absolute shit show here. We are getting the studio ready. If you haven't seen it, check it out on my Twitter, and it's been just madness, but we're gonna get it done. Next week, we're gonna come back with a full show every single day, much more alpha. But in today's show, I wanna talk to you. I always wanna show up here, and you know, integrity for me is very important. And even though it's gonna be just a 15-20 minute show, I wanna be here. I wanna give you my thoughts. I wanna help you navigate the markets, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. This is the only thing you need every single day if you want TA on crypto. You wanna know what coins to long, what coins to short, what my general thinking about the market is, and we can look at all the coins that you bring as well. Very important, as always, the content of this show is for informational purposes and entertainment purposes only, not financial advice, guys. Please, I see people posting on my Twitter, I'm gonna blindly follow you and I'm gonna ape you with my whole life savings and whatever. Please don't do that, guys. Please don't do it. Do your own due diligence. Obviously, I'm here to help you, but you have to make your own decisions. And if you win because of you. And if you lose because of yourself. Now, very important, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I bring you daily alpha every, I have to make this a little bit smaller here, but I bring you daily alpha every single day on the markets, on trading, on whatnot. I'm here to teach you how to fish, not only to give you fish. And if you are rewatching the whole thing, there is this little button thing down there. You can just click and subscribe to the channel. Let's jump into it, guys. So if I go screen, what would it, oh, cool. So here is what we need to talk about. Number one, Bitcoin broke above this. So what I've been explaining for a couple of days, you can look back on the shows, is that we do have a strong market structure shift on the 4 hour. Then I was calling that we're gonna come back to the 50%. And then from there make a reversal. Now here's what I've actually expected. I have expected CPI to come in a little bit worse than it came in, below expectations, above expectations, what I expected. And I thought that this liquidity is going to get taken and then we're gonna see a reversal. But again, as I explained, that we have a low, we have a high, we have a low, which was formed in the discount area, and now we have a clear high. That means, as I always say, we have a 4-point of structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this 4-point of structure on the 4 hour is a very strong confirmation for a reversal. That means that we are looking at all-time highs very soon. We're looking at 74,000 very soon. I think within a month time, we're going to see a new all-time high at 74,000, and then we take it by level by level. But as we discussed as well, we did have a retrace on the weekly. So technically, again, if you look at the weekly chart, what you would be looking at is, you would be looking at a low, you would be looking at a high, you would be looking at a low, you would be looking at a high, you would be looking at a low, and then you would be looking at a high about, up all the way up to this $80,000+ region. So that said, our job is to try to get in on an entry. And the title of this video is that, or this show is that you're not late, right? You're absolutely not late. I see a lot of people trying to FOMO into the trades, trying to take trades that they are not prepared to take and do 20x leverage because they FOMO. I actually got some messages as well, people going bankrupt, or liquidated because they long too early. So this is the time, and this is the game of the market makers that you really want to pay attention. Now, because we do have a very strong validation, and we do, although we have liquidity here, which we will talk about in a second, but because we have a very strong validation, this is called the decision point landmark, but we can rename it market structure break because it broke the structure. We had, again, a high, a low, a high, a low, a high. We can confirm that we are going higher. There are some major scenarios, 3 to name a few. Guys, if you are here, the only thing I ask you every single day is to just smash the like button, please. I know it's a little bit of rush and I know it's a little bit of whatever, but please smash the like button. I know we have 90 people watching and only 36 likes. It takes you 1 second, but it definitely does help the channel. I truly appreciate if you do that. I'm not gonna beg this time because I don't have time, but I'm watching you. And if you're not smashing the like, I will find you and I will not teach you more TA. I'm just joking, but let's get into it. So if you look at this massive fucking pump, that says that we are going, we're obviously going higher. The question really is, are we going higher from here, or we are going higher a little bit later? Where is the entry that we should place? A lot of people make a mistake that they start aping in here. they start aping in here, missing the move. They look at the 15-minute chart, they say, oh, this could be the stop loss, and then they just get wrecked, and then they just get wrecked and wrecked and wrecked. And that's what the market maker wants you to do. So everybody's getting bullish now. Again, there are three main scenarios I think playing out in this week and next week. And number one is, and then we have to take it level by level, right? But number one is we are going to see, first of all, very important, this is the major low. So this here now is the major low. This should not be broken. It can wick through, no problem, but there should not be a close below this level down here, which is, I'll say the decision point, but this is the strong, okay, this is the decision point. I need to redo these things. But decision point down here, 61,111 on the Blowfin. You can, if you trade on other exchanges, you might want to consider looking at that, but this is the major low. We should not break below here. This is the level. Now, if I consider this being the level, I need to look for, and this is scenario number one, I need to look for the 50% retracement on the hourly or the 4 hour, right? So the 50%, let me look at the 4 hour. How does that look? Yeah, so the yeah, you could consider this. However, I would rather go with this one down here actually. Why is this not doing what I wanted to do? I would rather go with this one down here. That comes into the breaker very nicely. Okay, so here is what I would be looking at. Now, I would be looking at the 50% formation. I would be looking at this coming back to, that's scenario number one. What I want to see, or what I would be very interested in getting in a position, if it comes down a little bit, down to this region. I mean, if we get anywhere here, I think this is good. So anywhere here, which is the breaker, we have double top liquidity taken, we have a fair value gap all the way down, but not below 61,111. No close below 61,111. That's a clear invalidation, which is about 7% lower than current price. So what I want to see is a bleed down to this region, or a flash crash, a market structure shift, and then I want to get in on a long position here. That's what I would be looking at. Now I will need to see I need to see a market structure shift, but one thing to note here is that anything below 63,700-ish is a great buy. Anything 63,500, if you consider that, anything below 63,500 is a great buy if you follow proper risk management, which is place your stop loss down below here is 6%. So as you go lower and lower and lower, you can scale into a position both on spot and on leverage. So number one, what I'm looking at is Bitcoin coming down to the 50%, down here to like 63,300, 63,500. And there we can see a lower time frame reaction on the 15-minute or possibly on the hourly. And that's the signal for us to start taking long positions. Most probably other coins will do the same. We will look at that as well. The second scenario, which can happen, easily happen because it's showing extreme strength, is that we just start running from here. And if that happens, there is no place to get in. Now, the confirmation for that will be that we will see a massive pump. So we will see some kind of push that closes above this level. It has to have fair value gap. It has to have something like this. This is something that I would be, if we see something like this, that's a strong indication that this rally is not stopping and that we're gonna see something called rally base rally, which will be rally, we'll see a base and then a rally. The way to confirm that is to see a big impulsive move like this. Once you see that from anywhere here, before touching onto our POI down here, if you see anywhere here that's forming, what you want to do is that you want to place a trade even immediately. You can wait for a pullback on the 15-minute or the 5-minute, but you have to wait for a confirmation with this impulsive move. And once you have that, you can take a scalp, keeping the stop loss below the 15-minute strong low that has fair value gaps. Again, so if you look at this here is not a great area. It does have some kind of what happened here? The ticker is too clear. But if you look at this here, this is a great area here. This is a great area here because this has fair value gaps, right? But if you look at this doesn't really have fair value gaps at all, you know? Maybe up here it does, but it's not that relevant. So this here is not great. This here is also not great, liquidity built-up. You want to look for something like this with a decent fair value gap. And so once you get that, that can be considered as a major low. That can be considered as a low worth playing. And you play it on the 15-minute. So that's the second scenario. The second scenario is that we are going to see a push from here, we're gonna have a rally, base, rally, rally, base, rally. And if that shows what you wanna do, go down to 15-minute, see the imbalances, see the market basically starting to push, and play it level by level from the 15 and on the 5 minutes. So you can see something like this without touching onto the 50% down here at 63,500, something like this. And then you see an impulsive move. Then what you wanna do, you can either enter here, but what is very relevant is that you keep your stop loss below this recent low and understand that this is a scalp on the 15-minute because it has to come back to 50 at some point. So once that's done, you will see how far it goes up and that level can be protected. That's the second scenario. And the third scenario, again, we have to talk about all this, which is unlikely, but what can happen is that this is just a bait. If I look at it on the daily and I see that there was no 50% retrace on the weekly, sorry, I look at it on the weekly and I say there was no 50% retrace on the weekly. If I look at that and I say we need to come down to this 50,000 region, this could also happen. So again, very unlikely, but again, possibilities. If this low breaks here, 61,111, I'm gonna get out of my positions. Heavy, if I got in so far. But this level here can be a very big problem for us if it breaks. We can still reverse from these regions, but I think if that happens, we will break this one as well and go sub 56, and that can potentially take us down to the weekly equilibrium, which is down to like 49 to 52,000. We gotta see how that plays out. But technically, the most likely scenario, seeing the strength, is that we pump from here. I'm not interested in longing right now. The second most likely scenario is that we come down to the 50, which I would like to see, and then it gives us some time to start longing. This can take a week as well, so it's not going to happen today. I don't think it's going to happen today. It can take a week as well, but that would be the most ideal scenario. I don't think it's that likely. I mean, seeing the strength of this, I would imagine we pump all the way up here to the 70,000 region, and then we go from the 70, we pull back a 50 down to the 65,000 region. And the third scenario is that we just dump from here. Now, here's one very important thing to note here is that people will say, oh, you missed the pump and all that. You have to understand a couple of things. Number one, you have to understand that by subscribing to the channel, you're doing the best thing you can do. If you're new here, did you see how smooth it was? Did you see like how smooth it was, how smooth the transition was? I was like, you have to understand and the subscription, but you really got to do that. But what you want to really understand is that if you're rewatching this, you can just subscribe, click in here. No, I'm stopping it. Okay, cool. Sorry. So what you have to understand is that whether you're an investor or a trader, now if I'm trading on spot, for example, I'm swing trading my spot positions, you want to be positioned already. Even now, just put it in there because I think it's, I mean, not financial advice, but put it in there and just swing it. It's fine. But if you want to make from your dollars, you want to make more dollars with taking as little risk as possible and having as little exposure to the market as possible, you want to wait for the best opportunities. Why do I say that? I say that because I could have taken a risky long here. As I said, I look back on the shows, I said low, high, low, we got to see the high. And we do see the high. But there was liquidity building up and I said, I don't think it's the time to start longing if you're a trader because the risk reward is just simply not worth it. So if I'm a trader and I say, I could have taken this long, but it wouldn't have been worth it. It would just simply not be worth it. You know what I mean? So you have to understand what you want to do. For me, it doesn't matter for me if I take this trade. I mean, in terms of financial gains, if I take it from here and target this, that's a 1 to 4 risk reward. 1 to 4 risk reward trade. That means if I can lose, so for every loss, I have to make what does it mean? Sorry. So like if you have a 1 to 2 risk reward, that means that you can lose every trade. Out of 3 trades, you can lose 1 trade and still make money. You can win. You have to win 1 trade and you can still make money. Sorry. So if you have like a 1 to 2 risk reward, that means that for every loss, you make 2 gains. So out of 3 trades, you can lose 2 and still make money. You can still be at break even. So if I have a 1 to 5 risk reward here, that's a 1 to 5 risk reward. But if I take and I say that this comes back to 50 and I can take a trade here because I know that this now the market is showing me that I don't need to put my stop loss down here. I can put my stop loss up here because if this gets violated, probably will go down and I still target the same area. I'm doing a 1 to 3.8, 1 to 4 risk reward trade. So my risk reward is much better and the trade that you're taking is first of all less risk. you have less risk on this trade. Second, you're more confident in the trade because now you have a 4-point structure on the 4-hour chart, which is a very strong confirmation for going higher. And third, you're not losing money by missing the pump, because what matters is your risk reward. I risked 1% on this trade and I'm potentially gaining 2%. If you're risking 2% on a trade and you're winning 2% on a trade based on your RR tool and your targets, you have to be right 50% of the time, right? Because you can lose and you can win. But if your risk reward is 1 to 2, you have to be right 30% of the time and still make money. So that's the power of understanding risk reward, and that's the power of understanding how you miss the pump and you don't miss the pump and all that stuff. Guys, I will need to leave in 3 minutes. So I'm so sorry, I'm not gonna look at the chat today, but I have to, like, it's just a little bit, I have to a little bit. GM, everybody, I see all of you guys. I see all of you. Morning. Pull your finger out of your ass and get this show on the road. Not funny. I mean, it is funny, but it's not funny. No, it is funny. I give you that. Okay. Chizo, thank you for retweeting my stuff. I appreciate you. I see you. I really appreciate you. Waiting for the 50% retrace. You know when you do. Luke, nice to see you here. Tyrone France, nice having you here. LFG, when retrace? That's what we are asking. All of us are asking. GM. Smash those likes. Sup, Fefe? How is it going? Aaron, nice to see you here. What's up, Fefe? Absolute F legend. To the new viewers, everyone, you are in the right place. Fefe is gonna help you with everything he can just to stick to the channel, and you won't regret it. I promise you. I promise you too. Thank you so much. And don't forget to press the like button. That's right. It's so frustrating currently. It is, but don't wait. Wait out. You got time. Don't worry. Now we have the confirmation. You know what's up. Hey 100x Club. Hey Fefe. What's up? Okay. What I want, someone's saying, hey Fefe. John is saying, hey Fefe, I'm late to the classic. I'm so happy that you call this a class. It's so good. Greg quickly. Love his take. Backdrop. Yeah, it's cool, huh? It's cool. They say that the backdrop is cool, so you're doing a good job. They're saying that the backdrop is good. So, okay. So let's look at some coins. Let's roll them. Just pop them in. I literally need to leave now, right now. So I'm already over. Looking at Tucker, whoever GD down here can go and F themselves, because I can give you this. Liquidation. Okay, let's look at some alts. What do you guys want me to look at? It will pump, it will dump a little bit. We'll have a retrace. There is no confirmation yet, bro. There is confirmation, bro. Gotta hold the 50 MA on the 4 hour. We don't do MAs here. So smash those likes. TA for MANTA. Let's do MANTA. I'm gonna do 5 tokens. First comes, first served. Massive dump. Leave this. Don't even touch it. Don't even touch it. I don't know what it is, but I mean, it's building up liquidity. It might have a great retrace, but if the market been pumping, this did what? 10%. I mean, it probably will come back to the 2.2 region. I would not touch it. INJ. I'm not even looking what I'm pulling up. I'm just literally looking there, and whatever you have, I'm pulling it up. Oh, look at this. Look at how beauty. I love this. Look. We've drawn it the other day. I said that we need a 1 hour market structure shift. Do we have that? Not really. We have it here. When it comes back, you can enter. You can enter down here, 22-ish region on INJ. Portal. I can't analyze this token. SUI. Guys, I mean, honestly, like, to be very honest with you, it's just really, I'm really coming here, bringing you alpha. I'm late already. I should leave. And I'm still coming. I'm not praising myself, but I mean, this is what shows my dedication to you guys. And I'm dedicated, like, completely. I'm coming here. I am late. I'm like, the only thing I ask you is to smash the like and support the channel. Literally, it's free of charge. There are no sponsors, no shilling, no nothing. Look what I said. It's coming down here. I was actually expecting it to come a little bit lower, but it came down, touched this and moon from there, which is very cool as well. We didn't have a confirmation on SUI either. AR, let's look at it. Can you please note that we need to redesign these? We need to redesign these things so it looks better when I pull up a comment. AR 4 hours said liquidity is built up here. The liquidity is building up on the bottom as well. We don't have a close above, which is risky. We don't have a close above here. So we do need a close above. Once that comes, you can pull the 50 here and it comes down. If it doesn't close above here, if it doesn't close 47.2, we are looking at a little bit lower down here. So you can pull the 50 and I would be interested in taking a position down here. Yeah, down here, taking this liquidity down here at like 35. It would be generational buying opportunity. I think it's great. I'm actually setting an alert here. I don't know why this doesn't bring it up, but it's okay, good. So I'm doing that GRT, and I will do one more. Yeah, nice dump here. Still no retrace. I don't like this. This is the OB up here that was causing the dump. I'm actually bearish on this. I don't know what this is, but it's not looking good, bruv. Not looking good, bruv. Liquidity building up depending on how it climbs up. If it does this, then this is gonna happen probably. This is what I'll be looking at. But you can see, I'll do one more. Someone is saying IOTA. Tyrone France, I like your name. Guys, I'm gonna leave now. So I'm gonna do, this is gonna be my last, I'm gonna do RUNE as well. TVR, I know you're coming back here every day. I'm gonna do RUNE. But until then, what I want you to do is please just leave a review. We'll put it up in the end screen at the end. If you want to do it, that's awesome. I know it's been a short show. If not, that's also fine. If there is gonna be something, I'll be so happy. If not, that's also fine. But I'd like you to just leave a comment. How did you like this? How do you like the channel? If you're okay with me just bumping it, if it makes any sense for you that I'm bumping here for 20 minutes and I'm not doing a whole show, does this give you any value? I would appreciate that so much. IOTA building up liquidity, but it has a massive dump. There's no reason for it to move higher, in my opinion. If it closes above 22.8, you can look for it, but I would not touch it now. There are much better trades. Let's look at RUNE. RUNE is doing nice. Look, we had a liquidation here. Retrace comes back, retrace pumps. This can be an interesting area. If it closes above on the 4 hour here, yeah, this 4 hour candle is going to be crucial, 35 minutes. If this closes above, it's getting weak now, but if this closes above, you can look for a long from the 6.15 and 6 region. That could be very cool. That would be an interesting area. I'm actually going to set an alert as well, and we can look at it. I might do another show later today. I don't know if that's happening, but I might do another show just so we can clear everything. We do some live trading and whatnot. Guys, I truly appreciate every single one of you. I want you to not forget, subscribe to the channel and like this show. Other than that, truly appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for rocking. Thanks for supporting the channel. I love you all. I'll keep you posted on Twitter. It's crazy days, but hopefully this week the studio is going to be almost done and then we can keep rocking. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for being here. And I believe I will see you in the next one. Take care.